The Casio W218H versus the W219H. Which one to get? All right, welcome back to Kinkella Teaches Archaeology, and today we're looking at watches for the field yet again. This is something that's fun for me to talk about. I'm a bit of a watch nerd on the side, but I enjoy bringing watches in that work for archaeology, right? I've already done a video on the Casio W218H, which is this one, which is this like square one right here, right? And I talked about how great it was. I talked about how for archaeology, it's cheap, it's replaceable, it's durable, and it's simple. These are like the four things I'm looking for in any kind of tool for archaeology. And I really ended up recommending it. And I still do totally recommend it. But there is another. The W219H. One number of difference, 218, 219. Why only one number of difference? Because if you look close, they're pretty damn similar, right? This one has the square look, and this is a slightly more rounded, slightly more beefy watch. The two together, though, you can see that the movements, while not exactly at the same time right now, are exactly the same, right? The brains of these watches are exactly the same. Got the three same buttons. They do the same thing. They tell the time. They have a stopwatch. They have an alarm, and they have a light. And that's really about it, right? Which I really like for archaeology. I love the simple aspect of these. How many of us use the other functions on our watches? We don't. We use them to tell the time. There's also a handful of other things on these watches that are exactly the same, like the band. The bands are literally the same, right? So you have the inside of the brains that's the same. You have the band that's exactly the same. But the actual body of them, that's where the difference is. And even though it's only the body that's different, it does make the feeling of wearing them different. This one, the 218, is better on a slightly smaller wrist. So if you have smaller wrist, a 218 is definitely the one you're going to pick. The 219 is a little bigger because the body itself is a little wider and it's a little taller. And so if you guys look between the two, you see how this one looks a little narrower. The 218 looks a little narrower, and it's not because I'm like pinching it down. It naturally kind of sits like that, where the 219 is a little wider. Not sure if you can see that or not, but it's noticeable. And so on the wrist, it's noticeable as well. Me, I have a 6 2/3 inch wrist or so. I definitely find the 218 more comfortable, and maybe it feels a tick lighter. I don't know, but it is more comfortable. Not to say the 219 isn't comfortable. I mean, come on, these are light plastic watches. They're both comfortable, but this one, a little bigger, a little bulkier. Get what I'm saying, right? Which one would I choose? Why you have to ask? Everything was going so great. Now you got to pressure me into picking one. All right, I'm going to do that thing that everyone hates. Deal with it. It depends. And you know what sucks? That's honest. So the 219, right? This one right here, the roundish one. Because it's a little bulkier, what's nice about it actually is the face is protected a little by the plastic, which comes up above. So you kind of have a nice protective edge around the face, so the face doesn't get scratched. The 218, no protection. This one scratches. I don't even know if you guys could see it. Ooh, maybe. Yeah, I've already scratched this one a few times. This one, you go like that. No scratches, right? It's scratch free. But that is a thing. So if I'm picking one of these for archaeology, if I'm just coldly, I'm a robot and I want an archaeology watch for archaeology, the 219 might be a little bit better merely because of the protection. A bit fatter, like you knock it into a wall or something, it's going to be okay. The 218 is going to come in second a little bit because of that one thing. But I'm not a robot. I pick based on how it looks, how it feels, right? Maybe even the history behind it and what it sort of means and how it makes me feel when I wear it. In that case, I totally picked the 218. The 218, I would kind of argue, is better looking. Totally personal taste. It's definitely slimmer. It just fits much better on the wrist. Yes, it'll get scratched a little, but who cares? It's light. It's so easy just to deal with. It has, I hate to say this, it's so lame, but the heritage, right? Because it seems like a square G-Shock. You can even put on, you know those like bush bars you can put on a G-Shock, those little metal bars to help protect it? Those same bars fit. So the square G-Shock bars fit on this one. So you can put those on and then you don't need the extra plastic edge. You have your bars looking all macho. But I dig that. I like that it seems just like some sort of baby G-Shock. This thing, although it's G-Shock adjacent, definitely, it's not really, it doesn't give you that same vibe. You know, even though it is, it's not the same as this. This has that kind of historic vibe to it. And if you were gonna buy one like that was metallic in with like the metal band and stuff, I would definitely buy the square because I already have. More on that later. But I like this, and I like the darker blue. Isn't that interesting how you would think these would be pressed from the same plastic, but they're not? This one has a darker, just a nicer, deeper, I would call it like a navy blue, where this one is more of just a classic kind of dark, but regular blue. I don't know if you guys can tell. Something like that. Is the camera going to pick it up? Who knows? But this one in person has a deeper, just cooler look to it. I'm not here to try and sell you that this is a dress watch. It's not, but it's just a little more, it's 8% more swanky. So at the end of the day, which one do I pick? They are both great for archaeology. They both have 50 meters of water resistance. They're both tough. They both have great night lights. But I picked the W218H by a hair, scratches and all.